every story appears ordinary till you see the core side of it.
And what you're looking for is the story behind the news.
We bring it to you from Lagos, the commercial capital of Nigeria.
Giving you all sides and political stories round the clock.
Every detail from the start line to the final whistle.
CoreTV News, expanding your view.
Hello and welcome to CoreTV Primetime News. I am Ebrelomo Adekunle in a major story. Lagos PDP disowns member for taking President Goodluck Jonathan to court over eligibility for 2015 presidential election. Also in this program, hints on registration of more political parties by INEC chairman Atahiru Jega tears politicians apart. Lagos chapter of Nigeria Medical Association tell Lagos State government to pay doctors without salaries and allowances. And outside Nigeria, Russia seeks to rebuild damaged ties with United States. Now in the details, as calls for and against the adoption of President Goodluck Jonathan as sole candidate of the People's Democratic Party in the 2015 presidential election continue to grow, the Lagos State chapter of the party has announced disowned one of its members who filed a suit challenging the eligibility of the president to contest the poll. The party, in a statement by its publicity secretary, Taofik Gani, describes Adejuma Agbaje as an inconsequential member of the party in the state. It says Agbaje is only representing his own interest and not that of the Lagos State chapter of the PDP. The party added that while it appreciates the inalienable rights of every Nigerian to aspire for any office in the country, it restated that President Jonathan is its candidate and that he has achieved enough to be re-elected. It warned Agbaje to stop blackmailing the party in the state and declares that the party's support for the president is unshaken. Agbaje had dragged Jonathan before the Federal High Court in Lagos, challenging his eligibility to contest the 2015 presidential election. In a related issue, chieftains of the People's Democratic Party in Lagos have expressed confidence in the Jonathan-led administration, adding that it is the reason for the party's expected victory in the 2015 general elections. Chairman of the party in Lagos, Sunji Shele, and one of its chieftains in the southwest, Bode George, say Jonathan's patience in tackling Nigeria's myriads of problems had endeared him to all Nigerians.
I'm happy that now what the PDP started in our constitution, that there should be rotation, there should be zoning of appointments, zoning of political offices. The last constitutional conference, we approved it. That will now go into the national constitution. So every Nigerian, no matter how minority you are, minority or minor, you will be blessed someday. Turn by turn, Nigeria Limited.
APC is not organized. It's not yet a party. It's not a national party. We are a master of the game in the PDP, and we are ready to touch every nook and crannies during the elections. We are ready to present the best candidate so far that they will be surprised that we shall win in virtually on elections. Amen. We are prepared. Lagosians are ready for us. Nigerians are ready for good luck. And you can see what's going on now, that they don't even know where to start.
The All Progressives Congress in Osun State has described the crisis in Ekiti State as one precipitated by the People's Democratic Party as part of an alleged grand plan being hatched by President Goodluck Jonathan to cause crisis in the southwest region in its bid to capture the region and win the 2015 presidential election. The party made this known in a statement signed by its Director of Publicity, Kunle Oyatomi, in Osogbo. The party says the governor-elect of Ekiti State, Ayo Fayose, is the arrowhead of the attack, which it described as dangerous for the nation's democracy. The party added that the fact that the attack on judges, lawyers and others took place in the presence of security officials is a clear indication of the complicity of the PDP-led federal government. Meanwhile, the Osun State chapter of the People's Democratic Party has accused the All Progressives Congress and the government of Osun State of planning to use thugs disguised as PDP members to commit arson in order to stop the ongoing sitting of the Election Petition Tribunal. The PDP, in the statement by its Media and Publicity Director in Osun State, Duron Odeyemi, says the party will continue to remain law-abiding and peace-loving. It vows to pursue justice to a logical conclusion in order to reclaim its mandates before the tribunal. The statement credited to the chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission that INEC will register more political parties has started generating reactions from Nigerians, especially the political class. Correspondent Rashid reports that politicians in Osun State have expressed divergent opinions on the matter. Here is the report.
Registration of political parties in Nigeria has always been a controversial issue, and many have argued that the matter should not be the sole responsibility of the electoral umpire, INEC. With the recent deregistration of some political parties on the basis of non-performance, many see the move to register more parties as a curious step by INEC, especially those in the APC.
Definitely, there's a ulterior motive. They want to weaken other political parties because they want to draw some best material from a strong political party for the people. Nigerians, they prefer, most Nigerians prefer to be king in hell than to be servant in heaven. So that is what is happening. They will just draw them from big political party to go and form Muslim party so that they will see themselves as chairman and secretary and treasurer respectively.
To those in the PDP, INEC should be taking steps towards delivering a credible and acceptable elections in 2015 rather than compounding the Commission's problem in registering more political parties.
The INEC should get himself better, like I said earlier on, acquainted with the provision of the law. To get properly ready to conduct free, fair, credible elections. That is, election is some few months now. To begin to toy with the idea of creating political parties, registering some, I think it's not in consonance with some readiness for the all-important election that is coming up.
Though INEC is empowered within the law to register new political parties, this chieftain of the All Progressives Grand Alliance believes registering more parties at this point is wrong.
I think Professor Atairu Jeka and INEC will be carrying out such an exercise at a very awkward time, because the party primaries process are ongoing now. Like the APC, they fixed their own convention for December 2nd. I heard that. And for the PDP, they have November. And for you to now say you are now registering new party now and registering some, that steps should have been taken earlier than this. Because the INEC is doing two wrong things at this point in time. The issue of the unit, creation of new polling unit, is a little bit late. Then you now want to add the issue of deregistering and re-registering new. What of some other parties that I know that were registered late during the last election? They were unable to field any candidate. So if you deregister or re-register new parties now, they cannot meet up with the time to conduct the party primaries and to present candidates for the election.
The recent deregistration of political parties by INEC, which is still being contested in court by some of the parties, divided opinion when it was done. But with the move for another registration of parties, Nigerians are watching how this will play out. Rashid, CoreTV News, Oshobo.
The increased call for more women participation in Nigeria's politics has been heightened. The special advisor to the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory on Legal and Multilateral Matters, Bimbola Hundenyi, speaking with CoreTV News, charges women to take their destinies in their hands by coming out in their large number to play their roles in politics. She added that as mothers, women hold more stake in nation building than their male counterparts.
We must vote. We must register to vote. We must participate in politics. As you know, women generally bear the brunt of whether misfortune or the good of the land. So it's so key to us. We want to educate women, we want to enlighten them, and we want more women to come into politics. That's why we are here.
Lagos doctors fight for payment of withheld salaries and allowances. Find out more of these details and others after this break. Don't go away.
Nivea Nourishing Body Lotion. Its effective formula with Hydro IQ gives your skin deep and long-lasting nourishment for skin that stays moisturized all day long. Look great, feel great with deeply nourished skin. Nourishing Body Lotion from Nivea.
There is an Ebola virus epidemic in some West African countries. The Nigerian government wants you to be aware and watch out against the spread of Ebola in your community. Help keep our country safe and watch out for severe cases of fever, headaches, diarrhea, chest and abdominal pain, sore throat, cough, red eyes and bleeding from the eyes, ears and nose, especially when these symptoms are found in persons coming into Nigeria from other West African countries. Protect yourself. Wash your hands regularly with soap and running water or use a hand sanitizer. Avoid contact with the blood, urine, feces or saliva of animals like bats, monkeys, gorillas, chimpanzees or infected persons. The Ebola virus is deadly. Don't catch it. Don't spread it. This message is brought to you by the Federal Ministry of Information.
Thank you for being there. Doctors in the employment of the Lagos State government have made an appeal for the release of their withheld salaries and allowances for the months of August and September 2014. The government had taken the action in line with the suspension of the recent nationwide strike embarked upon by the Nigerian Medical Association to press home demands for better working conditions in the health sector. Chairman of the Lagos State chapter of the association, Tope Ojo, says all other states, with the exception of Lagos, have complied with the agreement. Though the association and the state government have been meeting on the issue, no success, according to the doctors, have been achieved.
With the federal government and everybody, generally stakeholders, that after the suspension of the strike, this kind of action will not be meted to doctors at any level. So that we are appealing to the governor of Lagos State to please use his good office to expedite as soon as possible the payment of all withheld emolument of Lagos State doctors. The Nigerian Medical Association is committed to working with the state government to continue to cater for the health needs of the people of Lagos State. And we don't want all these flimsy things to come and throw a clog into the wheel of progress in terms of healthcare delivery.
Chief Executive Officer, All Africa Music Awards, AFRIMA, Michael Dada, has restated his confidence in the richness of African music with its prospect of repositioning the continent, especially in the economic sector. He made this known at the unveiling of the list of nominees in 26 categories for the award coming up on November 9, 2014. Omotayo has more.
Chairman AFRIMA Media Committee Steve Ayorinde and Sponsorship Director of AFRIMA Metlo Solthi say the award initiative would encourage the artists to redouble their efforts and help build their image internationally.
The whole idea is to say, let us judge what we are doing with, our brothers and sisters from other parts of the continent, even from the diaspora. It is only then that we can say that, oh, it is not just about the fact that there is so much noise coming from West Africa. Do people outside of our own enclave enjoy as much as we enjoy our thing?
All we're doing at AFRIMA is making sure that we start creating a robust music industry that is sustainable, where our artists do not retire poor or die broke or bankrupt. So the future of music in Africa has always been bright, but it's the business of music in Africa that has not really been strong or been sustainable. And all we're trying to do is help recreate or help support this industry that is already existing.
For his part, AFRIMA CEO Michael Dada says the African music industry has a lot to offer if adequately managed and promoted.
It's not only about playing music, it's about understanding the business of music and how can we use it as a perception and reputation platform for Africa. I think that's the future of music in Africa.
Music across the globe is a central unifying element which transcends race and religion as Nigeria and the continent continue to celebrate individuals in the industry. AFRIMA wished that the economic value would complement the richness and quality of the African music. Omotayo, CoreTV News, Lagos.
It's the CoreTV Primetime News. We'll take another break and we'll return with sports and other stories outside Nigeria. Stay with us.
Nivea Nourishing Body Lotion. Its effective formula with Hydro IQ gives your skin deep and long-lasting nourishment for skin that stays moisturized all day long. Look great, feel great with deeply nourished skin. Nourishing Body Lotion from Nivea.
You can now watch CoreTV News live from anywhere in the world on our website www.coretvnews.com. Click on Live TV on our website and watch us live.
And welcome to CoreTV Primetime News.
To follow us on Twitter, click on Twitter icon on our website. On Facebook, click on the Facebook and YouTube to see all our previous news production. You can also watch us live on YouTube. Click CoreTV, leave a space, then News. CoreTV News, a 24-hour news station.
And now on sports, the leadership of the Nigerian Football Federation says the qualification of the Golden Eaglets for the African Under-17 Championship in Niger Republic is just the first step in the many that will be taken to ensure that the team is strong enough to retain the trophy and do Nigeria proud. Chief Technical Officer of the Nigerian Football Federation, Shiji Lagunju, says though the team defeated its Gabonese counterpart 6-2 on aggregate, grey areas still abound. Lagunju says it was a good match for the Golden Eaglets as they took their chances and played well, but says more work needs to be done before the championship proper in Niger Republic. He says the most important thing for the team is to qualify to represent Nigeria at the World Cup, saying the match with the Gabonese would have been over before the second leg, but for failure to take chances, which was rectified in the second leg, promising that the Football Federation would continue to work towards making the team better. Kenya's Dennis Kimeto has broken the marathon world record in Berlin, winning the race in 2 hours, 2 minutes and 57 seconds. The 30-year-old Kenyan shook off the challenge of fellow Kenyan Emmanuel Mutai with just under 3 miles remaining to become the first man to run a marathon in less than 3 hours. Mutai, who finished second, also broke the previous record held by Ethiopian great Haile Gebrselassie in 2 hours, 3 minutes and 13 seconds. Kimeto says he's delighted at winning the race and breaking the world record. And to other stories outside Nigeria, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov says it is time for a reset in relations with the United States, blaming the Obama administration for the poor state of relation with Russia. Lavrov, who was foreign minister in 2010 when both countries had what is referred to as a reset of relations, says the structures put in place then had been destroyed. While speaking to a Russian TV channel, Lavrov says it is in the interest of Russia to normalize relations with the United States, but posited that it was not the fault of the Russian Federation that relations with the U.S. are bad. Russia had been at odds with the West over a variety of issues, including the ongoing tension and war in Ukraine, which was preceded by its earlier annexation of the Ukraine region of Crimea and the issue of the conflict in Syria. Lavrov, also speaking before the United Nations General Assembly, says the West supported a coup d'etat in Ukraine and condemned what he termed as interference in Syria, where the United States and its allies are conducting airstrikes against the Islamic State. He, however, says Russia will not abandon the path of cooperation that it has taken with America and the European Union. The unconscious bodies of 31 hikers have been found near the top of Japan's Mount Ontake, which has continued to erupt for the second day running. The hikers, who were not breathing at the time they were found, were part of the total number of 45 hikers who were being searched for, with climbers now calling off the search for the day. The Mount Ontake volcano, which is about 200 kilometers west of Tokyo, first erupted on Saturday without warning, spewing ash and rocks, with about 250 people initially trapped on the slopes of the popular beauty spot, but most got down safely. The eruption forced most of those on the slopes to make emergency descents through clouds of volcanic ash and falling rocks. Some of the people who escaped from the eruption say the ash built up so fast, making it very difficult for them to breathe, while also expressing worries over the fate of the about 50 people who were thought to have stayed overnight on the mountain. Just this memorable take before we sign out the Sunday edition of a Primetime News. The Marriage Institution added a couple to its list as CoreTV News' Abiola Oluwole and his beautiful heartthrob, former Miss Abimbola Oriola, were joined in holy matrimony in Lagos. Family members, friends and colleagues of the couple turned out in large number to honor the newlyweds. The report is presented from our studio.
With his dance into the venue with his friends, Biola Oluwole officially met his in-laws, who were obviously elated to see him as he performs the traditional rites of prostrating for his in-laws, assisted by his friends. While the new couple and their well-wishers continue to rejoice and dance for the joy of the day and looking into the brighter future ahead, parents of the couple have this to say to them on what their feelings are on the day.
I'm very happy. Is that they should live a life of give and take. So, and they should not let any intruder come into their midst. First of all, to listen to what the sermons they gave them were, and above all, cooperate, patient, and be industrious.
I'm so happy, so excited, because she's a, my daughter, she's a very loving daughter, very honest, very humble, and the husband too, and so much. I'm so happy that Miriam got married to Bashir.
dancing, hugging, and in obvious bliss over the success of their day. The bride and groom say they are elated while also thanking well-wishers for the support.
Be patient, be perseverance. Perseverance is the key. Perseverance is the key. Perseverance is the key. I'm short of words. I'm overwhelmed. My appreciation goes to everybody, from the management of CoreTV, Core Media, everybody.
Thank God for making today possible. I'm grateful to Almighty Allah.
While wishing them a blissful and happy married life, and friends and family continue to celebrate them even after. Can anybody begrudge them for this dance for a successful day? Certainly not.
Happy married life to the couple, and to Biola, enjoy the honeymoon while it lasts. And that's been the show tonight. On behalf of the entire news crew, I am Ebulomo Adekunle, wishing you a lovely week ahead.